good? What's good? What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Ryan from the Six, man. Y'all know what it is. We got a eventful weekend of boxing. We've had an eventful week of boxing. It's just been it's been good. Been on a roll, between Canelo and Crawford press conference in New York City. I love that. The Wilder return, Jake Paul, Christian and Billy, and then Devin Haney and Brian Norman Jr. They starting to negotiation live. Yo, it's been a good week of boxing, man. I mean, it's been, what I'm saying? It's been really just one of them weeks, bro. Just one of them weeks where you getting a lot of news, a lot of talking, and I'm here for it, man. Y'all know I'm here for it. I love boxing. I love this game. It's given me a lot of opportunities in life to see a lot of things. Shout out to my pops. He did a good job of keeping us boys in the gym, in the trenches, seeing what hard work look like up close, man. And I got nothing to do but give back to the game of boxing. That's what I'm gonna do while I'm here, at least. Just try to get back to this because yeah, man, I love every second of it. But make sure when you come on in, make sure you subscribe to the channel first of all. If you want to be a part of the live chat, you got to be a subscriber. That's what we on today. And smash that like button like Ann Wolf, man.
Did not really fight her.
Oh, big right hand. One punch. That is it. Forget about the count. It is over.
Salute to we got my man Dub in the building, WJ. Yes, sir. We got my guy Half Boxing. What's going on, bro? Yeah, he said, damn it, Ryan. Yeah, he said, I'll be back. I'm gonna watch my kids sparring footage. I feel you, bro. Yeah, man. Go watch them kids, man. Watch them get it in. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be here for a bit. We got a lot to unpack. But I'm gonna start at the top of the bill, man. First of all, if you don't know, we got a little glove giveaway. We got Devin Haney, Deontay Wilder gloves for anybody who's a member. We're gonna do a little raffle. Pretty much on the weekend, I think. I think we're at the end of the month here on the 30th. Monday. Yeah, so Monday I'll do a recap show of the weekend and we'll draw 2 lucky winners who are members. You can only be a member if you want to be involved in this raffle. And yeah, man, you're gonna get some gloves, bro.
Oh, look at this guy.
You're gonna get 2 or 1 person. We're gonna do 2 raffles, man. First person that wins will get to choose. They want the Devin Haney or Wilder glove, and the second person gonna get whatever gloves left. That's how we're gonna do that. So let's start at the top of the bill, man. I definitely missed out on this. The Canelo and Crawford presser in New York. It looked great, man. Shout out to Turkey Al Sheikh. Dana White was there in attendance. I'm gonna tell y'all one thing about Dana White. He tried to slander this sport. He tried to tell people boxing was dead. And it's funny, man, because as good as UFC was doing with the pay-per-view numbers and all of that, it makes you wonder, like, why would somebody want to revert back to a sport that's supposedly dying, supposedly not making money, but every single year, or not every year, but almost every year in the Forbes top 10 list is a boxer, man. You know what I'm saying? For most highest paid athlete of whatever year it is. Just cut the shit, man. Boxing been making money. We're gonna stay making money. This is what it is. The sport's been here for thousands of years for a reason. For a reason, man. It's here to stay. Like, boxing ain't going nowhere. Dana White done known that since he told all his UFC buddies that. And now he's over here in boxing. My man's cheesing air to air. He's with Turkey Al Sheikh. He's doing one of the biggest boxing events ever. He's getting his big feel. And, he knows, man. Dana White knows that boxing is where it's at. He knows this is where the coin's at. This is where the excitement's at. UFC had a good run, but the problem with the UFC, they don't produce superstars, man. We got 2 of the biggest superstars of our sport, boxing. These dudes about to carry out a boatload of money, man. And Canelo about to break the bank. They said something about after this fight, he'll be a billionaire in net worth. And Crawford just making all types of dough from this money. And this is the type of money that UFC fighters will never see, bro. Never, man. Yo, shout out to my guy DC3, man. Houston in the building. You know what it is, dog. He said he dropped the dude $2 on me. He said I'm taking Tevin Farmer this weekend. Okay, I heard Tevin Farmer's an underdog. I don't know how, but shoot, I feel like Tevin Farmer gonna win too, man. You know what it is, bro. When you get that money,
I want my chips with the dip. That's all I know. I don't want my chips plain. I want my chips with the dip. So bring them dips.
yes, sir. My man DC3, man. Yeah, I got Tevin Farmer too, bro. We gonna jump into that too, but man, that presser, Crawford and Canelo, they did a little bit of shoving. I think they're doing a lot for the cameras right now. I'm not gonna take it anyway. I'm not looking in too far to that. But what I did look into was like, damn, yo, Crawford going into this with no rehydration clause, no stipulations. This is a straight 168 fight. There ain't gonna be no rehydration clause. Ain't gonna be this and that, man. And it's you know what I'm saying? Shout out to the queens of boxing talk. She said, Boo Boo Andrade. It's good to see you, friend. Good to see you too, man. I appreciate you ladies and what y'all do for boxing, man. Y'all great, man. Keep doing your thing. Hopefully we can link up one day. But yeah, man, I definitely think that Bud doing this is like, bro, this is against the grain. Like this is literally Shane Mosley and Oscar all over again. Like Shane Mosley moved up 2 divisions to beat Oscar De La Hoya, and they ran it back. I'm pretty sure they ran it back again because I think the first fight was the Victor Conte thing, the scandal. Man, I can't really remember, but I'm pretty sure that's when Shane Mosley was accused of popping. So they ran it back, and in the second fight, Shane Mosley beat Oscar easier than the first fight, and Shane Mosley came up 2 divisions. He beat the Golden Boy Oscar De La Hoya at the time, and bro, we might be getting our version of that here with Terrence Crawford and Canelo, and I hope so because Terrence Crawford is a tremendous talent. I love what he brings to the sport. He's a confident dude. Reminds me of like Kobe Bryant type dude. He's just cold hearted. He wants all the smoke. He's not really here for the antics, the talking. He's not here for the grits and the glam. You know, shout out to him on Shannon Sharp's interview. Shannon Sharp talking about like, yo, what you don't drive like a fancy car? He's like, nah, man. He drive a truck, a pickup truck, I think he said a F-250 or something like that. The guy's just a hard working dude, bro, and that's what I like about him. He gonna get it in. He gonna put that time in the trenches. And Bud Crawford, he's one dude you cannot bet against, man. At least I'm not betting against him comfortably because even with the weight, I just don't know, man. I feel like Canelo Alvarez has got a lot of mileage on those legs, and I say that to people to say, look at them rounds that he's fought, man. I think he's got like over 500 and something rounds, and Terrence Crawford is probably about half, maybe more. But yeah, man, it's not one of them things where I'm like, yo, Terrence Crawford is way out of his league, but I think Canelo Alvarez is on the back half of his career, man. But I love Canelo Alvarez. I'm also a Canelo fan, but at the same time, I just can't count out Terrence Crawford, man, who he is and who he showed us to be. Basically, that's where I'm getting at. It's like, yo, Crawford just be showing up and just beating the doubters every time, man. You try to tell him he can't do something and he does it. That's the type of dude he is. So he fuels on this whole thing. And I think with Turkey Al-Sheikh bringing up the KO bonus, I don't think he goes for it, man. I don't think Crawford goes for it. I know what he said at the presser. He seemed like, he said he's hunting. I just don't know, bro. Is it gonna be worth it? It's gonna be worth trying to get that KO bonus. So yeah, Dana White's here, man. Dana White arrived to boxing finally. A lot of people are not happy that he's getting to promote this event. And I just gotta look at everybody in boxing, man, and I just gotta look at y'all and say, yo, what promoter has given us everything? I don't think Dana White's the guy either. I'm not agreeing with that, but I'm just saying like these promoters, we shouldn't be saying who should get this fight, man. To be honest, we need a whole different face in the game because All of these guys have stopped some fights at some point. All of these guys have made roadblocks in boxing. All of these guys have used boxing politics. So you know what? None of these dudes deserve to have this big ass fight, this big ass platform. So you know what? If it is somebody out of the ordinary, then shit, make it Dana White then. At least what I hear from the UFC, I don't really watch UFC. What I hear from it is it's good fights. You know, they put together good matchups. They test their guys and they make their guys fight the best at all times. I don't entirely agree with that because I think that's why the UFC does not have superstars. I say superstars. They have stars. They don't have superstars because they don't build these guys up. They don't give them an opportunity to make a name for themselves. It seems like, okay, you the best. You got to fight the best, which is fine too. I'm cool with that. I don't know if y'all guys come to my channel much, but I say if I at least get 4 fights out of my favorite fighter, I want 2 of them to be hard fights. 2 of them to be against the best guys who they say is out there. The other 2 can be duds as long as they on free TV. Give me the Oscar De La Hoya, diet when he was fighting. He give you 2 free fights. He give you 2 pay-per-view fights that was worth your money. Don't give me 4 fights that are pay-per-view and not worth my money, man. Don't do that to the fans. Give us what we want every now and then. And you know what I'm saying? Then go ahead and do what you want to do. If you want to have 2 soft touches and give us 2 hard fights, man, I'm okay with that. But these days, these guys not even fighting 4 times. They fighting like twice a year. So you might as well give us the 1 soft touch for free and then give us the hard, the mega fight at some point in the year, man. But it's crazy, man. These guys don't even want to do that. Salute Adam in the building, man. Salute 9. Any prediction for Paul versus Chavez? Yeah, I'm gonna get to that, bro. I'm still catching up, my brother. I was just talking about the whole Crawford and Canelo presser. As Max Kellerman is back, I don't know how you guys feel about that. I feel like we need Max Kellerman. He's giving us that vintage HBO look. I always thought Max Kellerman was good on the commentary table. I think he's great at the fights too, the live commentary. I'm not sure where he's gonna be in this fight. I think he'll be a part of the broadcast team, obviously, or else they wouldn't have brought him out. But I think Max Kellerman's a very educated mind. I think the broadcast teams, I'm not going to say they're terrible these days, but they have been lacking. It's not quite the same feel. I think since HBO left, I think maybe the best one I've heard is probably Showtime. Showtime had a good one, with I forget who was it, Al Bernstein. You get Lennox Lewis there sometimes, Joe Grusin. You get a different feel, right? I think Top Rank is kind of like probably the weakest one to me. Like Tim Bradley gets a little too wild, way too biased, in my opinion. When Andre Ward was there, at least Andre was there to kind of like bring it back. It wouldn't be as biased when Andre Ward was there. But now Tim Bradley's there, he's just really biased, and I think that's not good because I know B-side fighters don't get treated the best in this sport, but they you gotta have somebody thinking out there they can win. Like it just makes fights more intriguing when the fans are watching it. Like, oh shoot, that guy's landing like that. But like when you just have biases, it doesn't do nothing for nobody, man. Because you lying to us. We know what we seeing right in front of us. So hopefully Max Kellerman, and the rest of this whole broadcast team doesn't have a horse in the race. I know that's hard to say when Canelo Alvarez is involved, but hopefully they don't have a horse in the race and they just call this fight honestly down the middle. Whoever's getting tagged, if Crawford's getting beat up, you let us know. When Canelo's getting hit with shots he shouldn't be getting hit with, you gotta let the people know, man, because this is truly the best of the best. Some of the top fighters of our era, they're fighting. So might as well just give the fans the honesty, man. Excuse me. And it's on Netflix. So it's going to be watched by millions of people around the world. Like this thing is going to be a huge event. Shout out to Half Boxing. He said, I like Sergio Mora. Now I like Sergio too, man, with the zone. He does a good thing. He's a former fighter, so it's always good to have a former fighter on the broadcast. I also like Tarver too. I think Tarver was with HBO. Antonio Tarver. I hope they call Tarver up for this. He did the Times Square one. I thought he did a tremendous job. hopefully he get called for this. Same with Jim Lampley, but we'll see, man. Jim Lampley was with the Times Square card as well. So the ring belt, what they say, 188K for the ring belt. They made a new one, the most expensive belt in boxing. You got to think that since Turkey Al Sheikh bought Ring Magazine, he's trying to make that the most prestigious belt in boxing. It's one of the few belts you don't have to pay a sanctioning fee for. I think it's the only one like that. I don't know if the IBO works like that, but the ring, you don't have to pay a sanctioning fee, and it's an expensive belt. Wow. These cards, the ring cards have been great so far. We got a good one in July 12th, with Edgar Berlanga and Hamza Shiraz and Shakur Stevenson and William Zepeda. I mean, man, the ring has been taking off really. They've been doing their thing since they got in. The Times Square event was kind of a flop, but I blame that on the fighters more than the Turkey Al Sheikh. He gave us good names together. It just, for whatever reason, didn't work out that night. But this July 12th card is going to be even better because the names on the undercard, David Morrell's action fighter, Iman Khatib, action fighter, Sabril Matias, action fighter, Alberto Puello. Puello don't run from smoke. He gonna be there, man. William Zepeda, Shakur, they've been jawing back and forth. Shakur got something to prove. He gonna show us. And then Edgar Berlanga and Hamza Shiraz. Edgar Berlanga has to know he has to win this fight in order to even get close to a Canelo rematch. So it's a lot of odds for both these men because they haven't really proven themselves. So I mean, the ring cards, they're doing good. Ring Magazine, I'm happy with it. I like it. I think it's great for boxing. I think it's great what Turkey Al Sheikh is doing. And I don't know if this Canelo Crawford one is a ring event. I don't think it is. I think it's Riyadh season. And we'll have to see, though. We'll have to see how it turns out. Obviously, July 12th, there's a lot going on with that card in New York City at Louis Armstrong Stadium in Queens. I think that's where they do the U.S. Open at. So, I mean, Turkey Al Sheikh's got a lot on the go, man. He's got a lot of things on the go. And you just gotta respect what that man does, man. He really puts in work for boxing, bro. Because we got nobody like him. But let's get on to the card tomorrow night, man. Christian Mbilli, he's going against what's his name? Sokorek. Sorry, man, for the pronunciation. Sulecki, sorry. But yeah, these are two top guys in the WBC. I think Solecki's like ranked top 5 in the BC. And obviously, we know that Turkey Al Sheikh, he mentioned Christian Mbilli. He said he wants him on the September card. So I don't know how that's quite going to work out. I say that to say, yeah, Christian Mbilli's ranked number 1 in the WBC, and Sulecki is ranked number 7. So this is the top matchup at 168 in terms of the division. Now, I don't know how it's going to work out. Christian Mbilli pretty much has to come into this fight and stop this guy. That's the problem with naming the other fights. It's like now the pressure's on the fighters. But I think if you're Christian Mbilli, you're not really thinking about Turkey Al Sheikh at this point. You got to go in there and get the job done, man. You got to go in there and stop this guy, make it impressive. Get the fans calling you, get them matching you up against all these other top 68 pounders, because I think Christian Mbilli's always kind of left out. A lot of people are always like, he never really fought nobody. He never really beat anybody. He's always like looked at like that. Like, shout out to Darius Fulgram. We spoke with him today on the Boxing Voice. Shout out to the Nestor Gibbs. And yeah, he said the same thing. He's like, man, like he rated like top 5, whatever. There were a bunch of names they gave him, and he just rated Mbilli like, I think second last or something like that. And it wasn't no disrespect. He just felt like compared to the other guys on the list, Christian Mbilli hasn't done, accomplished what those guys accomplished. And part of that's true. So I think Christian Mbilli can come out here, make a statement, beat another top 68 pounder in his sanctioning body, stop the dude, get the questions out, and then now people are gonna see him in a real fight, because you go to Riyadh season, you in a real fight, bro. You're not gonna get any soft touches on Riyadh. So if he goes there and does that, does his thing, man, I'm gonna be happy for Christian Mbilli because he deserves it, man. This is a guy who You know what I'm saying? Basically, coming from where I'm from, he's not Canadian, but he's adopted our country. He trains here, works here, represents here. You know what I'm saying? And I gotta get behind him because of that. He's showing love to Canada. So shout out to Christian and Billy, man. I hope he gets a shot at Canelo one day. I hope it all pays off for him. But in the meantime, there's big fights at 68. There's fights at 68 that can move the needle. You know, if Hamza Shiraz or Edgar Berlanga need a fight, he can go fight one of those guys, winner or loser. You know, sorry. We also got Diego Pacheco who's fighting July 19th. So I don't think he'll be ready for September. And then we also got who else we got at 68? Lester Martinez is a good name at 68. Caleb Plant, obviously, Jamal Charlo. Jaime Munguia, he hasn't gotten his punishment yet. I think for PEDs. We'll have to see what goes down with that. And basically, yeah, man. You're looking at guys at 168 right now. Like there's a lot of room for Christian and Billy to make up ground, and Beck the Bully too. Yeah. I mean, Beck the Bully might not want to fight him, but even Darius Fulgrim, like that's a good fight too, man. Shout out to Darius. So I just think there's a lot of names there for Christian and Billy. Should he want to go fight him? But it's tough, man. It's tough getting up knowing that, hey, the Canelo fight might be there, but it's still far away, bro. Because Canelo Alvarez is going to do whatever he's going to do. I don't know if a loss to Crawford sets him back. Like, there's no rematch clause for this fight. There's no rematch clause, no rehydration. So, if Canelo wins, he can just go to the next guy. If Crawford wins, Canelo might want the rematch, and the money's going to be bigger for Crawford in the second fight. So who if I know I beat him once, like why am I not going to fight for more money and beat him twice? You know what I'm saying? So Crawford might spin the block on that if Canelo brings it up. We also got my guy Ricardo Brown, man, Big 12. He's been training hard, man. This guy got into boxing late in his life. From Jamaica. When my dad, my brother decided to go to the Jamaican national team. My brother got his passport. My dad coached the team. Ricardo Brown, man. The man only had like a couple fights when my dad got there because there's not many heavyweights on the island. Not many big people on the island like that guy. I think there was like one other guy or something like that. So like in a year, the progression of Ricardo Brown was quick, man. Quick, rapidly. My dad was able to get him back here to Canada to train. And this man hasn't looked back, man. Sky's the limit for Ricardo Brown. It's a feel good story. I'm telling you guys, man. He's from Jamaica, man. If anybody knows Jamaica, it ain't the richest country. So this man is coming from nothing and he's gonna make himself into something. And I just hope he takes care of the moment tomorrow night, man. Beats this man Arson back, gives the whole attention to the heavyweight division, whole attention to the world. That hey, Ricardo Brown here from Jamaica, Olympian. Like in a short amount of time, this guy became an Olympian. Like usually the guys who become Olympians, they've been boxing since they've been 7 or 8. The man's the same age as me. We both 35. And he's been boxing for like seriously probably no longer than like 6-7 years. So this dude picked up the sport late. He's taking it serious. My man's taking care of his family and trying to pursue his dream, man. I got nothing but respect for it. So I'm rooting for my man Ricardo Brown, man, to get a stoppage this weekend. Do big things, get the stoppage, get this boy Arson Beck out of here. So we can continue down this road of conquering the heavyweight division, man. Because Ricardo Brown is a good fighter, man. This is a guy who spent the first Usyk and Fury camp as Usyk's probably primary sparring partner. Usyk used him the most to model Tyson Fury's size. And what I'm saying? He's been training hard. He had a great camp. They went down to Florida. They got some great sparring in. And man, it's time to execute now. We've done everything else. Looked good, feels good. Now it's just time to go in the ring and make things happen, bro, under them lights. And sometimes that's the hardest part is executing the game plan because now everybody's watching you. You know what I'm saying? Everybody want to see you get to the top, but everybody, some people don't want to see it. A lot of people hating, but I think Ricardo Brown is definitely one of those feel good stories. Once you get to find out who he is, what he's been through, and he's a great guy, man. Very soft spoken person. But I'm gonna tell y'all, the man's on violence time in that ring. With the Big 12 gauge shotgun. He gonna let that thing loose on Arsenbeck. And you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Mark Ramsey. This is also another great thing about boxing. My dad and Mark Ramsey, they used to coach Team Canada back in the day. So now it's gonna be cool for them to see each other. I'm sure they've already seen each other and agree to each other, but it's cool that they get to be on the mat against each other, again. And I think that'll be good for my pops, to be back in that environment, because there was a while there where my pops wasn't really training professional fighters. And I don't think it was like he didn't want to. I just felt like, he probably was at a stage where he was tired of the drama, but it's good to see my brother pretty much, brought him back into it full time. And we're not in the house anymore. We're all grown up. So, it's good to see, man. Shout out to my pops, man. I hope they get a big win. I hope they bring it back home. You know what I'm saying? Bring Arsenbeck's head back home, put it on the couch, bro. You know what I'm saying? But it ain't gonna be easy, man, because that boy is huge, man. He be punching, but the thing about Arsenbeck is like he ain't got no gas tank. He don't like body shots. So if Ricardo could weather the early storm and we start touching that body, yeah, he gonna fall, man. He gonna fall, man. He gonna fall. But hey, shout out to everybody tuning in, man. Shout out to y'all. Make sure y'all smash that like button. Make sure y'all go subscribe to the channel if you're trying to get in. And yeah, man. We doing it. We doing it. You know what I'm saying?
Doing what I do. All white, looking nice. Okay, come through.
I don't know if Ryan Garcia is taking the fight serious or not.
Smash.
Really fight her. Oh, big right hand. One punch. That is it. Forget about the count. It is over.
You say you still doing members? Hell yeah, man. We still got that giveaway going on, my guy. Join the members to get your name in the hat. Shoot. Where'd I put the gloves at? I got him here. Oh man, I got him on the counter over there. That's a reach. Yeah, man. Yeah, we got the member giveaway. You just join the members. It's $1 to join the lower level. And I think it's a couple dollars more to get the champ level. But yeah, man, just join the members. You get your name in the hat. And I think Monday, I'm gonna come and do a live on Monday night. And we'll do like the little spin the wheel with the names of the members. And I got 2 signed gloves, man. I got Devin Haney. I got another Devin Haney glove. This is one I just keep up here. It's the same, pretty much the same signature. Devin Haney, and then I also got Deontay Wilder. So we'll give out 2 gloves, man, to 2 separate people, and show love that way to the community, man. I like to do some things for the community, especially when people send me stuff. It's like, yeah, man, I'm gonna try to give back to the people that chill out, rock with me every day, and show love. And that's just my appreciation to y'all, man. But Deontay Wilder is back. Speaking of Wilder, he is back. The Bronze Bomber, man, he gotta win. You gotta stop this dude. This just can't be no 12-round decision. This gotta be a stoppage. This gotta be violence, or else, Wilder's done. I don't know, man. I don't know where Wilder's at. Malik Scott's not with him anymore. Mark Breland, I don't know why he fired Mark Breland. I felt like Mark Breland at least taught him, the 1-2 to perfection. And then when he got away from that, I just like Wilder was never the same. I'm sorry, like Malik Scott's a great trainer. He's done a great job with Zerto, by the way. But Wilder's not a boxer, man. And I think Wilder lacks so many fundamentals, and it's like trying to skip steps. You can't skip steps at that rate. Like at the top, like you might as well just deal with what you have. you can't be skipping steps and expecting Deontay Wilder to go in the ring and beat elite fighters with skipping steps, man. And the Zhang fight was that. Like my man doing the spin and Rooney getting caught. He trying to box. And I just like, man, like that's not Wilder, man. That's not the Wilder we remember. That's not the guy we fell in love with. You know, the 1-2. That's all I remember. And I'm like, bro, like, at least you have a jab. Having a jab makes a huge difference. Shout out to my guy Z Pacino in the building. I hope you get ready for Border Wars, my dog. I hope you get ready for Border Wars. Yo, shout out to my girl Karma Serene. What's going on? Yo, she said, hello, my Canadian brother. Yeah, you dropped the $5 on me. Appreciate you guys. Get you that Drake.
I want my chips with the dip. That's all I know. I don't want my chips plain. I want my chips with the dip. So bring them dips.
Yeah, bring them dips. You know what it is. But yeah, man, I think Deontay Wilder, this is a crossroad fight, of course. I mean, the guy who's promoting the fight, he said that they got a 3-fight deal. And I guess the last fight's a big fight. I don't know what y'all want to see. I still want to see AJ, Wilder, just for the hell of it. I don't want that one to pass us, man. Imagine if we don't get that. Yeah, I know they old now and it's past his prime, but imagine if we're like, we got to go back in history. And it's going to be like Riddick Bowe and Lennox Lewis. Like the same thing, man. Like we never got that. But, man, I think AJ Wilder's, this is probably perfect timing for them. They both like almost in the same spot. Like AJ's coming off that loss to Dubois, and Wilder's coming off a loss to Zhang, and he's getting back in the ring, trying to right some wrongs. Hopefully he stopped this dude. If you don't stop this dude, it's a wrap for Wilder, man. You know what I'm saying? Like we can just pack Wilder up, send him out of boxing. Yo, I don't want to do it, but bro, like, yeah, he ain't gonna be able to hang with the top at the elites. You know what I'm saying? Like the Moses Atamas, the Richard Torres is, the what's that guy's name? From the Uzbekistan, freak, what's his name? Jalalov or whatever. Yeah, like them young cats will just starch this dude out. Dubois, Joseph Parker at this point, Moses Atama, like there's just too many firepower dudes for Wilder if he can't knock people out, man, because he was never known as a great technical boxer. So now we're at a point where he's trying to win fights technically. Nah, Wilder, you know what you got to do, bro. You got to go in there and sleep that guy. And if you don't, Wilder, it's gonna be a long night, bro. It's gonna be a long night for Wilder. I don't even know if he's got gas tank in him to go 12. The only time he went 12 was with old boy there. I guess he went 12 with Fury too. But before that, it was Burns to Vern, and that first fight it didn't look good, man. My man he won the fight with a jab, but it didn't look good. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my guy, Dr. Boxing Talk, man. He just became a member. You already know what it is. My man's in there. Always showing love, bro. Right. Yo, he right. Yeah, we riding out, bro. Shout out to Doc, man. Appreciate you, brothers, man. My man Ty in the building. What's good, brother? Hey, it's them. What's good, man? Appreciate the love, brothers. Yeah, man. So Wilder, you know what he gotta do. He gotta let that right hand go. No Malik Scott. Malik Scott's not with him. He didn't say there was any animosity. Shout out to Wilder for coming and clearing that up, man. He said, it's just not working out. But they still friends. They talk all the time. So that's good to know. But I never thought Malik Scott was gonna help Wilder because, he was trying. I just thought he was trying too much at once. Like you trying to overload this guy's. I'm saying teach this guy a little at a time, man. Get him in easier fights to work on these things. You trying to teach him everything and then go in a Parker fight, Zhang fight. Nah, man, against the top. Nah, bro. We got to take it easy on the man. Get a cherry here, beat that cherry up, and then you know what I'm saying? We just can't be running into the smoke, man, after learning how to take a fire down. No, we gotta practice some fire drills first, bro. Like, we just can't be doing that. Somebody gonna get hurt. But hey, we saw what happened, man. I said, "Nah, that was a no. I've been a member. That's crazy. I want my sign glove and my chips with a dip. Hell yeah, yeah." Yo, I appreciate you, Doc. Yeah, bro, you right. You definitely renewed.
I want my chips with the dip. That's all I know. I don't want my chips plain. I want my chips with the dip. So bring them dips.
Hell yeah, we gotta bring them. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my guy Ty, man. He in the building. Y'all know what it is, man. But yeah, Jake Paul. Let's talk about that too. You know, I'm not really looking forward to the Jake Paul fight itself, but yo, it's nasty work, man. WBC said they're gonna rank Jake Paul should he beat Chavez. Like, what type of craziness is going on in boxing, man? Like, damn, I don't even want to go through Jake Paul's resume because I already know I'm not gonna see no quality. So, like, let me just go look at the BC and see who's ranked there and who the hell I can put Jake Paul over in the WBC cruiserweight rankings. Because I could tell you off the top, he ain't number one. You know, I don't like Noel, but he ain't there. He ain't better than Noel. He not better than Ryan Rozecki, his record. Palenta, he gave Ryan Rozecki a fight. I think they had a draw, so he ain't better than that either. Chris Bill Smith, he definitely not better than that. Michael Cisalak, he's fighting Jean Pascal. So, you know, him already fighting Jean Pascal trumps everything that Jake Paul's done. And Junior Makambu, he was a former champ at cruiserweight, so that's at number 6. He's not better than him. 7 through 8 through 9, I don't know. And then number 10 is John Pascal. Obviously, he only getting ranked because they doing nasty work with John Pascal too. They fighting for the interim. Number 5 versus number 10 for an interim belt. Yeah, I don't understand the WBC, man. Somebody needs to explain to me what is going on over there. Because I don't know how Jake Paul is going to get ranked in the BC for what he has 12 fights, I think 12 or 13, and he has lost to Tommy Fury, who is nowhere close to the rankings. First of all, 2, how the hell you got John Pascal and the number 5 dude, Cecile, whatever his name is, Celak, fighting for the interim title when none of them guys is ranked 1 or 2? Like, shoot, I don't like Noel, like I said, but he ranked number 1. Ryan Rozecki number 2. Let those 2 fight for the interim. Like, what are we doing here? WBC working backwards, man. Like, you can be ranked anywhere, is what they're saying, and you're gonna get a fight at the interim. And the interims all what used to get the mandatory. So, like, man, they just the way they throwing that belt around and doing what they doing, I don't get it. My man Ty, he said finna give Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. 8 balls so he could win. Yo, fool, bro. You crazy for that, man. He said, I heard Trill Bill got those 8 balls for the low. Yo, Bill was, I don't know what he was doing yesterday, bro. That shit was wild. yo, Brian Norman Sr., shout out to him, bro. He was on some, I'm not going to swear, Bill. And then all of a sudden, yo, you know what I'm saying? Bill was getting too disrespectful. So he had to go off on that, man. That was funny, bro. He said, but Cody's brother, at cruiserweight. I remember when Canelo tried to sneak and fight him. Oh, for real. When he was a Oh, yeah, that was that dude. Yeah, Makumbla or whatever his name. Yeah, you're right. That is the Congo dude. Yeah, you're right. I remember that too. I think he tried to fight that dude before Pascal fought him. Because I think Pascal took the belt off that guy. But that's what Canelo be doing. And then Canelo tried to weight drain Badu Jack too. Like, man. That's crazy, man. He tried to put Badu Jack on stipulations to fight him. I don't like that, man. I don't like that. But moving on from Jake Paul, let's move on to real fights on the MVP card, because MVP card / Golden Boy does have some good fights on it. Some good fights we gotta watch. Obviously Tevin Farmer, man. To Tevin Farmer and Floyd Schofield. I don't I don't understand the Schofields, bro. Like, I don't even get it because it's like, okay, you didn't take the Abdullah Mason shot, and then they put you in the contract that you guys love, you know, 5-year contract. I don't get it, bro. And then you're like literally saying we fighting Tevin Farmer out the gate for I think it's like I can't do the math, but anyways, the 5-year deal will depend on how it's laid out. So I don't know how much he's getting for this fight, but I know he ain't making a mill. I know that, and now you might take a loss. Your stock gonna go down. Yeah, you might still get that deal, whatever it's 5 mil, whatever a mil a year. You might still get that, but if you don't make it, I'm sure there's a quota on that contract, and if they didn't read it, good for them, bro. But I'm sure there's a quota of wins and there's a quota of what you got to win and what you got to do. Because we see promoters time and time again cut fighters. And if he loses this first fight on the contract, he may not even make it through the contract to see that money. And now all of a sudden, even though you don't win the Abdullah Mason fight, if you go into the Abdullah Mason fight and do well, and I mean, he could be Abdullah Mason. Abdullah Mason's still pretty green to me. I mean, Abdullah just beat Tilly, sorry, and that was a good showing. That was a good showing. But I don't know if Nakatelli is better than Schofield. I can't really say right now. So I think Tevin Farmer, he's a dangerous fighter right now. I know he's been through 3 tough fights, but he's got to be looking at Schofield like food, man. He's got to, because the last 3 fights he had, can we say Schofield beats any of those guys? Can he beat Williams Zepeda? Can he beat Raymond Mulataya? I don't think so, man. Me personally, I don't think so. But hey, they ain't got no choice now. The Schofields got to sign up for whatever Golden Boy gives them. They gave him Tevin Farmer. They signed up for it. Now, if they win it, they might be in line for Tank Davis, man. They might fit the bill for a Tank fight. Doc, he said, yeah, the WBC doesn't care about rankings. You see, Pacquiao came back and was ranked number 5, got the Barrios fight, and now his ass out of the rankings. Yeah, man, I don't get it, man. Yep, the fight, I know, bro. It's crazy what they do, man. It's crazy what they do, man. Good fades on there, yeah, on that MVP and Golden Boy card, yeah. He said, talk to him. Yeah, man. My man Ty, he said he heard that contract incentive base with an exit plan in favor of Golden Boy, just like how Matchroom had things in place for Matias. No, that's what I'm saying, Ty. Like, there's probably a quota he got to meet to make that whole mill. And then if you don't hit it, they can probably just cut him. And yeah, you're probably right, bro. That's probably what's gonna happen. Like, they might even like look at it the first fight and be like, yo, if he get washed, they gonna be we ain't continuing this contract, yo. We cut him short right here. We're not giving him a whole meal. Nah, we're not testing that. You know what I'm saying? And this is what promoters gonna do. It's why I'm not mad that these promoters are all mad that Dana White's doing the Canelo. Like, y'all don't play fair either, man. So none of y'all deserve to get, like, how y'all acting like victims in boxing when y'all do crazy stuff every day. But hey, man, that's how these guys are. They all like trust fund kids. So that's how they gonna act. But I think, like, at this point, Boy Schofield thought he took the safer route. I feel like doing the Abdullah Mason fight was the safer route. Only because you know what you're gonna get paid, and if Golden Boy don't pick you back up, if you have a good showing, maybe PBC looks at you, maybe Matchroom looks at you. You know what I'm saying? There's other people out here. I don't know if Riyadh season gonna mess with the Schofields again after what they went to and did. I just don't think they will, man. I mean, it sounds like the man had a tough time making weight, but we'll see. We'll see what these guys can do, man. What they can cook up. I think it's gonna be interesting. Gonna be interesting weekend in boxing, man. For sure. We got lots of boxing up here in Canada, because there's another card too going down this weekend. trying to pull it up. Like I said, it's John Pascal who's fighting. John Pascal. I don't know why he's still fighting, man. But shout out to him. He can still do it. But my man's well into his 40s, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, he's fighting for the interim. It's Michael Cesar. And John Pascal's 42. That's another person they said might fight Jake Paul. So I mean, maybe the WBC's banking on Pascal to beat this guy this weekend to get the interim belt, and then they can try to bring it over to Jake Paul. Yo, I can't believe I'm saying that. That's crazy. But that's what it looks like. That's what the play looks like. And Marcus Brown's fighting on the undercard of this John Pascal for a WBC international. And then Patrice Vonleh is also fighting. Shout out to Patrice Vonleh, who just fought Emma Williams, lost that close fight. So yeah, there's some fights going on here up in Canada. And then there's lots of action going down south of the border with the MVP card. That's gonna be a good one. Out in South Carolina. Oh, no, that's in LA, right? I thought that was in Anaheim. Yep. What y'all think about with that being pay-per-view? Is it pay-per-view worthy? I mean, shit, I gotta buy it because I like watching fights, man. But that ain't gonna be, you know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna buy that enjoyably. That's for sure. But yeah, I like to see real better. I guess I could say better main cards. Like Zerto is there too. Zerto's a name. I think Scrappy Ramirez is also on the card. He's probably on the free prelims. He's another name. Avius Griffin. Shout out to him. He just signed with MVP Promotions, and they're putting him on that big card. So good for him. Yeah, man, I want to see Avius Griffin fight because he got a lot of stoppages. And he got welterweight. So, Brian Norman Jr., he going to need another dance partner. If it's Devin Haney. I don't know why people saying Devin Haney not going to fight Norman Jr. I don't know why people saying that. Makes no sense. Gotta fight him, bro. Fight him. Why not? What y'all think about that fight? Brian Norman Jr. and Devin Haney. Y'all like that? I like that fight. A lot of people out here talking scared, bro. They're like, yo, Devin Haney shouldn't take that fight. Yo, bro. You scared, go to church, dog. And now a song? You know what I'm saying? If you scared, go to church. Yeah, man. Like, if you scared, don't watch boxing. Like, I don't even understand how fans be saying that. Like, how are you saying that? You're not even the one being punched on. So, like, man, just stop the cap. Just stop it. But hey, man, they better get it together. Bro. They better get that fight together so that we can, we can see Devin Haney try to be great, man. Because I like when guys move up and fight the best guys. They move up and fight the champs. I just don't get why people are saying, people literally saying this. Oh, Devin Haney needs another tune-up. What? Like for what? Devin Haney want to fight Brian Norman Jr. Let that man sign up, man. I'm the Rocky motherfucker. If he dies, he dies. Hey Drago, like, come on, man. He knew what he signed up for. He ain't putting pen to paper to something he thinking he gonna go die in. Like, obviously, Bill and Dev see something that they can exploit in Brian Norman Jr. And yeah, once y'all get that, it make life easier, man. He said, we need that. He said, what made people think Devin wouldn't take the fight, though? Nah, they all basing it off the Ramirez fight. They're like, oh, he didn't want to get punched on, and Brian Newman Jr. gonna punch him out. Yep. I say to people, okay, did y'all watch the Boa Chica fight with Brian Norman Jr. where he got put on his pockets by a lesser boxer? You know what I'm saying? The Quentin Randall fight, and this is what they say about the Quentin Randall fight. Oh, he's improved since. But yeah, the Boa Chica fight was after the Quentin Randall fight, and he got put on his pockets. So I'm not shooting Brian Norman Jr. because I like him too. I think the fight's excellent. I think the fans just gotta stop talking like this fight is like a dream fight. Like, nah, if these two young men want to fight, we should be backing them. Cause what you want them to fight when they old, that's what people want. They want marination, bro. They so conditioned into marination. That's all they want these days. Build it up. Nah, man. Sometimes you need it now. So the second one is 2 times bigger. The third one, we can get a third one. Yo, trilogies are good in boxing because you could say, yo, now you got the fan bases like, yo, he barely beat us. Don't worry, we're gonna be back with it. Now it's an easy promotion, an easy build up. And if you get the second guy, like that wins, if it's a 1-1, bro, I'm telling you, the trilogies is gonna be crazy. Like I know not a lot of people are crazy about the Bivol and Better Be trilogy. I think that's mostly because of who they are. But these two young men, you know what I'm saying, one's from the South and one's from the West Coast. You know, Dev is kind of the flashy guy. Brian Norman Jr. is more the boots to the ground guy. People gonna get behind him, you know, as a good guy, and they're gonna look at Dev as the villain. There's a story. There's a story here. You know, Bill already talking crazy to Senior. So Senior and Bill gonna sell this fight too. You know that. And I just don't know why fans are like so concerned about Devin Haney all of a sudden. Like y'all need to tell me what other fighter y'all so concerned about that you don't want them in the ring with danger, because danger is what sell fights. Like we don't want to watch fights where guys aren't gonna be dangerous, you know, or in trouble. You say I'm not too mad at the card. My man Doc said, I'm not too mad at the card. Then again, I rock with Zerto. Yep. And I respect the mandatory defense. Yeah, Dorticos, the Cuban. Not to mention a Schofield versus Farmer. And I'm excited to see what Holly looks like. Oh, I forgot Holly Holm was on that. I wonder if MVP signed her. You know, if they did, then they doing big things, man, with women's boxing, because you going now to a women's boxing legend. Like I think Holly Holm, like, yeah, she's popular for knocking out Ronda Rousey, but she way more accomplished in boxing. I think she's been like a multi-division champ. And obviously boxing's where she was at first. You know, the UFC just paid better in the end because women's boxing wasn't like what it's like today. Yeah, he said, nah, not Drago. Yo, Drago was, oh, y'all was scared of Drago when we first watched that Rocky, bro. When he put out when he put out my mans in them, bro, Apollo Creed, we was all scared, though. We were like, what? Yo, Rocky about to fight this dude? Yo, Ramirez was the tune-up. If Devin get knocked out, he get knocked out. Yo, Ty, I'm the same way, bro. I'm like, I'm not into protecting fighters because I understand it's a dangerous game, man. It is what it is. And if Dev go in there and get stopped, then he gets stopped. I mean, shout out to Dev for taking the fight. I'm gonna love it because he went up to 47 and fought a champ. But if Brian Norman Jr. is the better guy that night, yo, shout out to Brian Norman Jr. because now he got a Devin Haney under his belt. Like, that's a good name to get on your resume, bro. Devin Haney's a former undisputed champ, you know, hugely accomplished in the sport. You know, to say you beat that guy, it's gonna mean something on that resume. And it would be the first elite boxer that Brian Norman Jr. would beat. So I don't understand why people are trying to protect Devin Haney, but they are, man. They are. Shout out to my guy Z Pacino in the building, man. Ty said B. Norman Jr. has power and excellent athleticism, but due to his matchmaking, we haven't seen him actually have to put that. Yeah, think a fighter and show he can track down and someone as athletic and cut off the ring. Well, that's just the thing, bro. Like, I always say that to people. Like, I have to revert back to the Quentin Randall fight because Quentin Randall was kind of moving and hugging in that fight. You know, it did look like Norman was a little frustrated. But no, you're right, man. His athleticism, you know, we haven't seen Brian Norman Jr. have to think a lot in the ring in the sense of like, yeah, I gotta cut this guy down, break him down, beat him. So, you know, we've seen what Devin Haney could do for 12 rounds. He can keep that pace up of staying on the outside. I think it's gonna be tough to get to him. You know, Devin Haney's got great footwork and he's got great counter ability. He's quick with his shots and moves out. If Devin Haney can get back to doing the jab, getting back, keeping Brian Norman Jr. on that stick, man, the end of it, he's a tough fighter to beat for anybody. But Brian Norman Jr. has that power. He's got like power in both hands, man. And if he can land, then we got to see how Devin reacts. It might surprise us. Devin might be ready to take punches. So it's a great fight. I just don't know why people are against it. Not even against it, but like just like, oh, Devin's not going to take it. I can't remember another time where Devin Haney backed out a fight. Like I just don't recall a time. Like obviously the Sandor Martin thing he backed out of, and I think that was fair. You only got $1 million bid on your fight. You're probably not gonna make a lot of money to fight that guy. So yeah, it makes no sense to get in the ring with Sandor Martin for $1 million. Not even $1 million because that was the bid. So you would have got like 75% of that. No, that makes no sense. They both need each other's names for resume and legacy purposes. Fans just be yapping to yap at this point. No, you're right, Ty. Because yeah, Brian Norman Jr. does mean a lot on Devin Haney's resume because it would be another division, another belt, so it would make him a 3-division champion, beating another champ. I think Devin Haney's been on a streak of beating champions. I think the Ryan Garcia stop was the one that was the odd one out, but I think like all the guys, not all the guys, but he was on a run of like 4 straight champs or something like that. And yeah, I don't know why he fought Ryan Garcia. He was kind of on a streak of fighting only champions or from former champions and beating them. I felt like that was the route they would go, continue to beat champions and to build it up because that's kind of what the hell that Floyd Mayweather lays on. Look how many champions I beat. That's what he says. When people try to say you ain't never undisputed, he fires back with, look how many champions I beat or former champions. And it's true. He's beaten the most former or current champions at that time. He beat them. So I thought that Devin Haney and his dad were stealing that whole blueprint to go on the whole championship run. Like we beating former champs and champs to stack them up. So when we get to Floyd's age, we got just as many. But they ran to the money with the Ryan Garcia fight, and it just didn't work out because Ryan Garcia, you know what I'm saying, he's not reliable himself. So it messed the whole fight up, man. It messed everything up, really. A lot of things got messed up during that fight, but hey, it's what it is. Yeah, he said Sandor Martin is the only case that could be referenced. But even with that, there's context to why. No, yeah, you're right, Ty, man. I wouldn't get in the ring either for for $750K when I'm getting paid $10 million to fight. Like that's a huge downgrade, man. They tried to blackball Devin. It just didn't work though, because Turkey Al-Sheikh came into the game. And he's back in Devin, apparently. Off that Reynoso pack. Yo, that Reynoso pack is crazy right now, man. You know what I'm saying?
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Yo, he still ain't got no FBI on him or nothing, man. But yeah, they want to talk about Victor Conte, man. The boxing fans, they need to just keep that same energy, but they don't, man. They want to talk about Victor Conte. Yeah, we got to do right in the sport right now. Got all these fighters popping dirty and nobody's turning their head. Like, yo, make it make sense, man. Like, when I see Eddie Reynoso, man, I have to be like this, bro, with him.
School bus. Yo, I want a bomb clot you want. Yo, you're right here, no manners. Me just check, we don't have that.
Yo, gotta cuss him out, man. Like, yo, what the fuck is going on over there, bro? I don't understand how all these fighters are popping dirty and you don't know what's going on. Like, what? You know what I'm saying? Like, where there's fire, there's smoke, bro. I say, where there's smoke, there's fire, sir. To that backwards. But yeah, man. I just don't get it, man. Shout out to everybody tuning in. Really appreciate y'all. Smash that like button. Let me drop this link for anybody who want to come up here and burn, bro. But yeah, we got a good weekend of boxing. I mean, great weekend of boxing. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a lot of boxing going on. I think, like, to be honest, it's not like yeah, it's good boxing. Yeah, it's good boxing because then Billy's got a good fight. I'm not gonna shit on it. I think Stephen Butler and Eric Bazinian was supposed to fight, but then I think Eric Bazinian got injured. So I see he was not at the press conference. Oh shoot, man, I should have loaded that stuff up to my StreamYard. My dad sent me some videos, man, of the press conference today at the Arsenbeck and the Christian and Billy. He's there right now, the Christian and Billy card, because Ricardo Brown is fighting on the undercard. Shout out to Ricardo Brown. He's fighting against Arsenbeck. So yeah, my dad sent me some videos from that. So shout out to him, man. We gonna get an upset win, brother. We're gonna get that upset win. Shout out to my guy David Garcia in the building. What's going on, man? Appreciate you, man. Tuning in. He said same with punk ass Keith Thurman. Yo, Keith Thurman, bro. Oh, sorry, low key. That's the reason why Danny Garcia didn't fight Bud on Top Rank. Lowest he's been paid during that time was $3 million. What he's supposed to do with $1 million? Yeah, I remember that. Yep, you're right, man. And I when that stuff happens, Ty, I don't get mad with I don't get mad with the guys who say no to the fight, bro. And I can't. I feel like I can't because it's like okay, you basically. Oh shoot, my bad.
Yeah, man. I just can't get mad with you.
I'm gonna get feedback. Anyway, I can't get mad with you basically when it's like, okay, you get paid $3 million, but they trying to sell you for that? Nah, man. For $1 million? They really want that, bro? Nah, bro. Dave Garcia said I took the decision. Oh, plus 230 decision for Farmer? Oh, wow. That's crazy, man. I'm gonna go get that too, brother. Yeah, Ricardo Brown, he's fighting against Arsenbeck. I think he's like a plus 250 right now. I think that's money line too. So yeah, man, go get that one for sure. That's a good bet. So to take Tevin Farmer with the decision, I agree. I think that's how it's gonna go down, man. I definitely think that's how it's gonna go down. Oh man, I'm trying to send this thing to me. Sean Porter had to get the WBO involved to get to his fight with Bud Crawford because Bob was trying to, yeah, but like I think Bud Crawford wasn't trying to fight him either though. Like Bud was like on some energy, like he didn't want to fight him. Like that was the first time I was like, man, Bud be on some weird stuff. Like what he talking about? You don't want to fight Sean Porter. That don't make no sense, man. But hey, Sean Porter. Sean Porter's one of them ones too. Like, I like Sean Porter because Sean Porter fought everybody. Like, there's nobody that Sean Porter fought that we were like, nah, they ain't a somebody. Like he fought Bronner, he fought Danny, he fought Keith, he fought Earl, he fought Kell Brook, he fought everybody essentially. So it was like, man, yeah. This is a good career for Sean Porter, man. He did well, man. He wasn't always the top guy in the conversation either, man. He wasn't. You know what I'm saying? But shout out to him. There you go. Just try to upload it. Yeah, here's a little video my pops sent to me today from the weigh-in. Videotron Center. Where they're going. I think this fight sponsored by Riyadh Season 2. I think Riyadh Season sponsored this fight. Because obviously they want to get Christian and Billy involved. I just don't know who they gonna match Christian and Billy up with, man. Maybe Lester Martinez, maybe. We'll have to see though. But yeah, they definitely they definitely involved with boxing, bro. You know what I'm saying? Those guys are involved with boxing, man. Yeah, I'm with it, man. I like it. I like it. But yeah, who y'all got winning this weekend, man? Nah, first Bud was on some I'm not fighting my friend. While they were both champs, but I guess that sentiment changed 18 months. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. They banking on Ricardo getting KO'd. Like Mahmoud of Chin and Gas Tank are not great. I hope they get the win, bro. I'll put some on. Yo, shout out to David Garcia, man. You know it, man. You know Arsenbeck. He tries to get the stoppage in the first couple rounds. If he doesn't, he gassing out, man. We're gonna pick away at that body. And the problem with Arsenbeck, he a quitter, man. He gonna show you when he quit. So once we pick away at that body, yo, it's time for Ricardo to go get that stoppage, man. And make the statement. Yo, we gotta do it tomorrow night. No, it's now or never. You know, they offered the Arsenbeck fight before, but you know, my dad didn't feel like Ricardo was ready for it, and rightfully so, because Ricardo, like, he's really a late starter, man. Late starter. Like, I think he started boxing when he was like 30, man. He ain't been in it for a while. Probably been in it for like 5 years. So they wanted to make sure, you know, he was ready. He went into that Usyk camp for the first Usyk and Fury fight. He was in that camp, and he did really well in that camp. He actually became Usyk's number one sparring partner, because Usyk was like, yo, this is the only guy who's giving me the good work. It's like a lot of the other guys, you know what I'm saying? They came there to try to prove that they good at boxing. Like, they weren't doing what Usyk needed, and he just needed Ricardo to be, you know, big, lean on him, and try to land some big shots, because that's what Tyson Fury was gonna do. But yeah, man, shout out to Ricardo Brown. He went out there, and my man was telling me, you know, he spent a lot of time with Usyk, and I'm like, bro, when you spending a lot of time with certain guys, you pick up certain things from them and bring it back home with you. And he did. He got a lot better. We saw improvements, and you know, my dad pulled the trigger on the Mahmoud fight. He said, "Yeah, you ready now? Let's go get it." Yeah, he's finna pack him up. Yeah, pack him up, bro. Pack him up, as my man Two Toes said. Get him out of boxing. Yo, and that what Tank said? Yeah, I think it was Tank that said that. Pack him up. Shout out to Tank, yo. Yeah, man. But yeah, those are all my talking points. I appreciate everybody for tuning in. I'm gonna jump on off now. I see my boy Ness here. I might jump over to the boxing voice. Yeah, it's valuable when you next to the yeah, man. That's the way we see it. Is like, it's, you can't pay for that, bro. Can't pay for that type of experience to see one of the best fighters in the world. You just get to see them every day and how they work. You really get to see, you know, how hard they putting it in. And Usyk, he's the machine, man. Those guys. Not everyone knows how to come into camp and do exactly what's asked for them, folks. Trying to do too much and go off script. Yeah. And you know, the thing Ricardo said was like the Usyk team, they kind of made that clear. Like, you just hear it, you know, it's a professional environment. Like, yo, we not here to be buddies. Like, we here to work, bro. But a lot of these dudes wanted to come out here and try to make a name off of Usyk, you know what I'm saying? Trying to go, yeah, off script, trying to stop doing it and stuff like that. And, you know, it sounded to me like a lot of them got the brakes beat off them. Yeah. But Ricardo Brown was in there, and my dad told him, like, just do what they ask, do everything that they ask of you, because, you know, you want to make a good impression and get called back. So he did get called back for the second one, but he had a fight. Ricardo had a fight, I think, in January, and I think the second fight was in December. So it was just too close for him to go out of the country and then get back in and you know, get acclimated. So there was no point of him going off and doing that. But they wanted him back. So, you know, anytime you get a call back from one of the best fighters in the world, hey, it's a good thing, man. So I'm hoping Ricardo Brown can cash in tomorrow night for us, make some bread. And I'm gonna be excited talking about it, because I know that win could open doors for him to Riyadh season. That's where we want to be, because that's where the heavyweights are fighting. That's where the big heavyweights fights are. And the heavyweight division's an exciting division, man. And to see another dude get in there and do his thing, bro. I'm telling y'all, if you get to Riyadh, yo, I'm going to Riyadh. That's for sure. Y'all know I'm going, man. If you're being paid or granted that opportunity to join a high caliber camp, it's not a place for others. Yeah, professional. Yeah, man, professional. And like professionalism is a whole different thing, man. Like you ain't even gotta just show up that day. You gotta work for whatever many hours in sparring. Go do whatever dumb if you want to spar with the other dudes and do all that dumb shit after the session's done, then go do it, man. I mean, y'all getting paid. They were getting paid well. They were getting paid handsomely. I can tell you, Usyk takes care of his teams. I can tell y'all that. The money my man was making was decent money, man. And he didn't have to pay for a dime to get out there and no accommodations. So just to go and box with the best, why not, man? Why not? But yeah, y'all, I appreciate everybody for tuning in. I'll talk to y'all soon, man. My man Ty's in them. He said, because even if you get that call back, the training talk, yeah, you're getting the call. Trust me. Yeah, man. Yeah. That's true. Trainers talk, you know what I'm saying? Everybody knows everybody's name. Boxing's so small. It's a small world. The mad small world. But yeah, man, make sure y'all smash that.
Really fight her. Oh, big right hand. One punch. That is it. Forget about the count. It is over.
Yeah, man, smash that like button. Make sure y'all join the members to get in the glove giveaway. We got the Devin Haney signed glove and the Deontay Wilder signed glove. 2 lucky winners. We're going to draw them on Monday, the 30th. And then I'll get them out to y'all sometime that week, man. Peace.